You can speak on something, but how much how much of you do you give anymore as an artist? Or how much of them do they give as artists?
Mhm. Now, listening to it myself, I hear numerous different influences. I hear, let's say Black Sabbath. I hear
Hmm.
Prince. I hear
Yeah.
um, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes.
I hear,
Absolutely.
you know, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band.
Yeah.
I hear so many different influences on this album,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I hear something that's much more personal and much more raw, especially in the writings of the songs.
Yeah.
Now, for you, when you were creating this, what were your influences on this experience, the Rose Story? What were your influences? Was it a much more personal thing, or were you listening to these other artists and you were trying to convey what you were feeling through what you've experienced through other people's music?
Well, the RoseLine is incredibly personal. It's actually the most personal work I've ever made in my life because actually, more importantly, it's a document. It's a diary, and it's a hard diary. You know, as far as my influences are concerned, I have to go back to the first influence I ever had, and that's my mother. And my mother directed a gospel choir called the Celestial Echoes for me. My dad was a baritone in the Celestial Echoes, and they did the DC circuit, James Cleveland workshop, and all that kind of stuff. However, when she was carrying me, and the music was playing, I was limping in the room. Sorry, Mom, it's true. I've been told too many times. I came out being surrounded by music. Um, I was beatboxing at a single digit age. As a matter of fact, the first beatboxing I ever did was that was the first thing I did. It's on tape somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's on tape. And to me that was natural, just to before beatboxing ever happened. And around that time, I got a hold of she had an upright piano. And I started plunking on it, and started asking for certain things. Right around that same time, my uncle, may he rest in peace, Uncle Richard Lyle is his name. Spooky Electric.
Not far, right?
I know.
He's here.
But Uncle Richard introduced me to two records, and it was the first two records I ever had in my life. One was, he told me, and I was his favorite nephew, you got to listen to this. And that's The Way of the World by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Hearts of fire, creates love desire to do higher, higher to the world you belong. Hearts of fire, creates love desire higher, higher to your place on the throne. Yeah, yeah.
And I ate that up. And the second was Master of Reality by Black Sabbath. Because he thought it was a black group. And so the first thing I hear is so when I heard those things, it was kind of like, okay, Earth, Wind, and Fire takes me into R&B and jazz and all this other forays and classical and the great Charles Stepney and all these things, to Prince and beyond, and then Black Sabbath takes me to the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix and da 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 da, and that's kind of where I came about, like really understanding all of that stuff.
Right.
Not only that, but within this album, I kind of found peace.
Man.